Good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine Yoga. I'm Paul, the owner of Oxford Yoga Studio in downtown Oxford, 18 North Washington, on the same side of the street as Red Knapp's restaurant. Again, it's another beautiful day finally after all the rain we had over the weekend. And again, I'm very honored and blessed that you choose to spend a half hour with me to do some yoga. So as always, let's get into a seated position at the front of our mat. Our legs can be crossed or straight. Bring your palms together at the center of your heart. Close your eyes. And as we always do, we want to dedicate our practice or make an offering of our practice. By dedicating our practice or offering up our practice for someone, we're generating good karma for ourselves, for that person or persons, for the universe. And I'm a firm believer that the more we do kind things, it kind of permeates or expands throughout the universe and just grows and grows and grows. So we're just doing our part this morning to help that, initiate that process. So your offering and intention can be for anyone. It could be for someone who's struggling with a particular illness or just difficult situation. It can be for a friend, family member. It can also be for yourself. It can be for the world. But for whoever it's for, just know that they're going to get all the benefits of your practice this morning. We just bow our chin toward our chest just to seal in that intention, knowing we can come back to it at any time during our practice. If our mind starts to wander, if our breath struggles, if our body just isn't cooperating like we think it should, if we just come back to that intention, that offering, hopefully that will continue to give us that inspiration to continue on with our practice. And with our intention made, let's get right into that good yoga breath. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. And as we exhale through the nose, we're constricting the back of the throat, kind of making a fogging of the mirror sound. Our breath, as always, is just nice and controlled. We're not rushing through any of the poses. We're just nice and controlled so we can get the full benefit of every single movement in the poses. Let's do a few breaths. So we want to continue with that good breath throughout the rest of our practice. So sitting up nice and tall, take your right hand, bring it by your left ear. Just gently bring the right ear toward the right shoulder. We're not yanking it, we're just gently bringing it over, stretching out this left side of the neck. And gently bring the head to center. Take your left hand, bring it by your right ear. And again, we're just going to gently bring the left ear toward the left shoulder. Again, we're not yanking it, just guiding it to the left shoulder, stretching out this right side of the neck. And release the head back to center. And then just gently bow the chin toward the chest, stretching out the back of the neck. And gently bring your head back up. Take your right hand, bring it behind the right hip. Left hand onto the right knee. A little gentle seated twist over to the right, sitting up nice and tall. Your right hand behind your right hip is on the fingertips. So we're just using it as balance. These twists are just some of my favorite poses. They're really kind of squeezing out all the toxins, really unwrapping the muscles. I think twists are really good all the time, but like in the morning, when you get up from sleeping, the muscles are all tight. And gently come back to center. Take the left hand, bring it behind the left hip, right hand onto the left knee. And again, we're just gently twisting over to the left, sitting up nice and tall. And as always, you may notice a difference in one side versus the other, and that's common and to be expected. Our goal, our role in this asana practice, this yoga practice, is to try to get each side as healthy and as strong as it can be. And gently come back to center. Now we're going to kneel, come to a kneeling position. If you have a blanket, you may want to put it underneath your knees. If not, no big deal. We're just going to stretch out the top of the feet and then the toes. So we're going to sit back on our heels, top of your feet pressed into the mat. And we're just stretching out the tops of the feet, ligaments around the ankles. You've been watching the show for a while. You notice that we do this pose a lot. Hopefully this is getting easier. Some of these poses are getting easier. You notice yourself maybe getting more strong, more flexible. That's all good. And then gently come back up to kneeling. Get on your tippy toes, bring your feet together. And we're just going to sit on our heels, stretching out our toes. I always kid some of my students when we do this pose, and you can just tell that it's not comfortable, and then after a few weeks you're like, you know, it's not so bad. I actually like the pose. So since we're on our feet a lot, it's always good to take care of them. And gently come back up. Kneel on your left knee. Put a lunge in the right knee. Gently lean forward a little bit. And come back up. Kneel on the right knee. Lunge in the left. Hands on top of the left thigh. Press forward. And come back up. This ends our first segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Take a quick break, get a drink of water, and we'll see you in our next segment, continuing with our flow this morning. Welcome back to our next segment of Rise and Shine Yoga, continuing with our standing poses. Feet hips distance apart, stand up nice and tall. Bring your palms together at the center of the heart. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Take your right hand, grab your left wrist. Gently lean over to the right, pressing our hips to the left, still staying balanced on our feet. Nice side bend, working the left oblique. And gently come back to center. This time take your left hand, grab your right wrist, gently lean over to the left, stretching out the right oblique, pressing our hips to the right, and again, we're still staying balanced. Gently come back to center, release your hands, shake them out. Bring your hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up to the sky, stretching out the front part of our chest. And gently release. Bring your hands in front of you. Interlace the fingers. Press the hands forward. Stand back. Really round that back. Stretching out the upper back. And release, shake out. Those two poses, stretching out the chest, stretching out the back, help with our breathing. So we're kind of really untangling those muscles. So now we're going to do a few sun A's, which I'm not sure we've done in a while. Again, feet hip distance apart. Bring your palms together. And everything we do in this pose, we're going to go through it, is very slow and controlled. We want to get the maximum benefit for our muscles. So we're going to inhale very slowly, bring the arms up. The arms are engaged. Then as we exhale and fold over straight legs, again, we're not rushing through it. Hands, fingertips come to the mat. Head drop. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, we bend the knees, we step back to the top of a push-up. Hands underneath the shoulders, elbows in tight as we exhale and slowly lower all the way down to the bottom. Then we go in the up dog, we press the top of our feet into the mat. Straighten our arms, lift the chest. As we lift the chest, we don't want our shoulders coming up like this. We want to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Then as we exhale, we come down, uncurl the toes. We're going to lift the hips, press our heels back into the floor for down dog. Maybe pick up one foot, then the other. Head drops. Hands press firmly into the mat. Bend the knees, look between the hands, walk, step both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, very slowly, come all the way up to standing. Arms come up slow. And we exhale, palms together, center of the heart. We'll just do one more time. Inhale, arms come up, nice and controlled. Exhale, slowly fold forward. Hands come to the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees. Step back to the top of a push-up. Elbows in tight. Slowly lower all the way down to the bottom. Inhale, straighten the arms. Lift the chest. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, uncurl the toes. Lift the hips. Coming into down dog. Look between the hands, bend the knees, walk, step both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale very slowly, all the way up to standing. Bring those arms up, then exhale, palms together, center of the heart. So I think that's a good illustration how we want to do a lot of our poses, very slow and controlled. We're just running through them, flopping around. Everything's engaged. Our muscles are engaged. By having them working, you're going to get stronger and more flexible. I think that's the thing that constantly surprises people is that with yoga they think of, okay, I'm going to be more flexible. And I say, yeah. And then a few months later they say, oh, they've gotten stronger. So yoga is much more than just stretching. It's really a full body practice. So keep that in mind. And a good thing to keep in mind is slow is better. So I'm just going to do one or two balance poses. So again, we're going to stand with our feet hip distance apart. Bring your hands to the waist. We're just going to do tree. So I'll give you option one. So you're going to press your left foot into the mat. You can bring your right heel on the inside of your left ankle. Make sure your hips are square to the front of the mat so you don't want them turned to the side. Then you can bring your arms up, branches. And again, these arms are strong. They're not just like hanging there. They're just really, really strong. Core strong. Legs are engaged. And of course, you're breathing. And bring your hands to the waist. Shake your right foot out. Another option is, again, pressing the left foot into the mat. Bring the bottom of your right foot, press it into the left calf. And again, arms up to the sky, nice and strong. And then bring your hands to the waist. Bring your right foot down, shake it out. And then we'll do the other side. Ground the right foot into the mat, hands to the waist. And again, you can bring your left heel to the left ankle, or you can bring your left foot on the inside of your right calf. And then you can bring your arms up. I find pressing the left foot into the calf makes the pose a little bit easier. Again, the arms are strong. And bring your hands to the waist. Bring your left foot down, shake it out. This ends our segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Take a quick break, get a drink of water. We'll see you in our final segment for our seated poses and closing meditation.
Hi, I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Terry Stiles.
Join Terry and me with the Oxford Weekly News broadcast on our Charter 191 and AT&T Channel 99, Monday through Friday, noon, 6:30, and 11 p.m.
Learn about local news in the Addison Township, Leonard, and Oxford viewing areas. News not usually covered by other stations.
If you don't have Charter or AT&T service, you can still catch our programs on your computer just by going to the website occtv.org and click on Programs. There you will find our programs and many others of local interest.
Watch OCTV where your news is closer to home.
Welcome back to our final segment of Rise and Shine Yoga, our seated poses and closing meditation. So first seated pose, I want you to extend your legs straight in front of you. Toes pulled back, hands by your hips with your fingers pointing to the front of the mat. Sitting up nice and tall, gaze is level, you can close your eyes. This is Dandasana or staff pose. All the muscles are engaged. Gently open your eyes. In the yoga that I grew up on, Ashtanga, between a lot of the seated poses we have, or what's offered is called an optional vinyasa. So I'll just go through it once, and then between some of the seated poses, if you want, I'll just say optional vinyasa, and then you can do it if you'd like. So after the seated poses, we sit back on our tailbone, cross our ankles, bring our hands forward, roll forward, step back into the top of a push-up, keeping the elbows in tight, lower all the way down. Inhale, straighten the arms. Up dog. Exhale to down dog. And then look between the hands. Come into a seated position at the front of the mat. So that's an option between a lot of the seated poses. I emphasize optional, because that's what it is. You don't have to do it. So keeping your legs straight, keeping your left leg straight. Inhale and bend your right knee up. Take your right hand, bring it behind your right hip. Inhale the left arm up. Twist over to the right. Take your left hand, bring it on the outside of the right knee. Bring the right knee into the chest as we twist over to the right. Sitting up nice and tall. Left foot pointing to the sky. Our right hand is on the fingertips. We're just kind of using it for balance. We're not using it for leverage at all. Gently come back to center. We'll counter twist to the left. Come back to center. Then extend your right leg straight. Then we'll do the other side. Inhale the left knee up. Bring your left hand behind the left hip. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale the right arm up. Then we're going to twist to the left. Take our right hand, bring it on the outside of the left knee. Bring the left knee into the chest as we twist over to the left, maybe looking over our left shoulder. Our right foot is pointing to the sky. Our left hand behind our hip. It's on the fingertips. Again, just for balance. And we just sit up tall, twisting, breathing. And gently come back to center. A little counter twist over to the right. And come back to center. Extend your left leg straight. And if you wanted to, you could take the optional vinyasa. And again, I'm not going to go through it, but if you want to, you can go ahead. So now we're going to do another core pose called boat pose. So bend your knees, place the soles of your feet on the mat. Bring your hands behind your thighs, just sit up nice and tall. Everything's engaged, core is engaged, legs are engaged. If you wanted to, you could lift the feet up or legs up. You could extend the legs, you could extend the arms. Bring the arms up to the side or forward. And then cross at the ankles, come down. Your hands by your hips, just press yourself up. And come down, extend your legs straight in front of you, bring the soles of the feet together. Try to bring your feet as close to your body as you can. Take your hands, wrap them around the feet. See if you can open your feet up like a book. Sit up nice and tall, inhale. And exhale, just bring your chin to chest. And gently come up, keeping everything the same. Inhale. And as we exhale, we just fold forward, keeping a flat back. If you want, and it's available, you can take your elbows, press them on the inside of the calves, get you deeper into the pose. And gently come up, extend the legs, make your way to lie on your back. Bring the knees into the chest. Really hug them in, maybe rock side to side. Bring your arms out to a T. Let the knees drop gently over to the right. And if it's available, you can pick your head up, take the gaze over the left shoulder. The higher your knees up, come up toward your waist or your chest, the more of a twist you get into. I'll leave that up to you. And gently bring the knees and the gaze back to center. Let the knees drop to the left. And maybe pick your head up, take the gaze over the right shoulder. And gently bring the gaze and knees back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. And make your way up to a seated position at the front of your mat. Sit up tall. Close your eyes, bow your chin. Bring your palms together at the center of the heart. Thank you so much for letting me lead you in your practice this morning. The light in me bows, shines, reflects. The the loving, healing energy from your heart. Namaste.
At Oakland County Parks and Recreation, we value what you value: family relationships, community connections, good health, environmental stewardship, and economic stability. Oakland County residents and businesses have invested in preserving nearly 7,000 acres of parkland. Since 1966, 13 parks and golf courses have been acquired, maintained, and improved. Oakland County parks and facilities are made possible by millage funds supported by Oakland County residents. For a home valued at $200,000, the homeowner pays less than $25 per year to support the Oakland County parks. With every generation, families create lifelong memories at Oakland County's award-winning parks. From exciting summer escapades and stories around the campfire to brisk fall walks on wooded trails and snowy winter outings, the outdoors beckons year-round. It's time to get up, get out, and get going at the Oakland County parks. Active recreation options abound. Cross-country ski or mountain bike on tree-lined trails. Scale the rock climbing wall. Get your kicks with soccer at several sports fields. Row or paddle a boat on 4 picturesque inland lakes. It's an easy journey. Most parks are just a short drive away. A quick tip: all our parks and golf courses end in Oaks. To find your favorite, just go to destinationoakland.com. Click to pick Oceans of Motion water parks at Red Oaks and Waterford Oaks, the Wint Nature Center at Independence Oaks, Teen Adventures, and even entertainment to go. When outdoor adventures on your list, there's fishing, beaches, boating, playgrounds, and seasonal hunting. The campgrounds at Addison Oaks and Groveland Oaks feel like being up north with plenty of recreation options. Want to get fit? Hit the trails. Oakland County Parks boasts more than 68 miles for strolling, walking, hiking and running, biking, or horseback riding. If the links are your lure, 5 golf courses, including Premier Course Lion Oaks, are conveniently located. Make Glen Oaks or White Lake Oaks your home course. Get an up-north feel at Springfield Oaks, or play a quick 9 at Red Oaks. Our recreation lineup rocks. Learn to swim. Experience an outdoor adventures camp. Take the fast track at BMX, or gain new lifelong skills. Everyone's included. Individuals with disabilities participate in dozens of adaptive opportunities, including a new fully accessible playscape, modified golf carts, and annual events.
You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the Village of Leonard.